24 hours a day. All they do is sit around. I'm like, oh, that's right. You get the government unemployment check and the COVID check, and you won't go to work.
Yeah.
Because you're making more than you did at your job. And so now you sit at home and protest all day long.
Yeah.
You're unhappy about life.
Yeah.
What was me? I deserve a handout because you got one. I didn't get a handout. None of us did.
And we are back with another amazing episode with Impactpreneurs as your host, Sean Alexander, and my other host, Daverick Lyles. Today, we got a very special episode for you guys. We have two guests from Fitness Junkeez and Action Junkeez, Jon and Gio, sorry. I got caught up in my throat. Today's episode is going to be about just what's going on in the world, where life is heading, external validations, narratives, really people just living life as sheep and not standing for what they believe in. They just want to follow what the rest of the crowd is doing and completely forgetting about where their moral codes are, their life codes. And Jon's over here laughing. So why don't you
don't hold back.
I don't want to be in trouble first.
Go ahead.
Why do I have to be in trouble first?
John, go
first, man.
Go.
Shit.
All in Jon.
It's just crazy what's going on. It's just every day, just when you think it can't get any crazier or just ridiculous, it does. It just, the whole cancel culture thing and this like obsessive need for everyone it's just so weird. I was watching TV last night. I'm just gonna get right into it. I was watching TV last night with the Pint-Sized Warrior. You know, my girlfriend that's 21 years younger than I am. That'll help.
How old are you?
What's that?
How old are you?
I'll be 51 September 8th.
Perfect.
She turns 30 next Friday.
Wonderful.
Well, I don't know when this will come out, but yeah. Yeah, right? Go me. We're watching TV and listen, there is a difference between body shaming and just accepting that some people look better, some people look different, not better, just different. It is
healthier.
That
would be the proper term to use.
A great point.
Like screw better, screw who's more overweight, who's fat, obese, who's skinny or not. Let's just talk about like overall who looks healthier. That's what's most important because we talked about on Fitness Junkeez, we're talking about the bodybuilding world and the community of what's going on, and most of what people think looks healthier is really not healthier.
Right.
So let's that will be the term we're going to use in this subject that you're going down. So go ahead.
The fact that like a brand like Victoria's Secret got bullied into using what used to be referred to as plus size models is insane to me. Like it's absolutely insane. There's no way they really want to use plus size models in their campaign. They absolutely got bullied into that, I think.
And there's no debating that storage of body fat, like these women, is unhealthy. There's no debate on that.
Right.
So
correct.
Just because you put hashtag thick chick or hashtag booty gains doesn't mean that's what's happening.
Now let me play devil's advocate for a second here.
Yeah.
So when you say that, could that be true though? Could it be that they decided to go with it because they wanted to fit another population? Well, they wanted another audience that they wanted to be able to help out and target. Is that possible? And again, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I guess it's possible
because that's majority. That's actually majority of the population. Like when you open up a gym, for example, you're not targeting super fit people. I mean, some gyms do, but you're targeting the masses that need help, that need to get healthy, that are living unhealthy lifestyles, that are overweight or underweight, body dysmorphia, food problems. Like it's just that's the gym world. So is it possible that Victoria's Secret is maybe going after that same audience as well?
But because of men is why it sells. It's for women, but sex sells. Without men, that stuff wouldn't even need it, right? So we go to a nightclub to just hang out with the girls. No, you don't. You got that short dress on, the outfit. You're wearing that lingerie to impress who? a guy. So without men, it's like, oh, why are you even having the commercial? Why do you have this runway event for Victoria's Secret every year that everybody watches, right? You're watching it. I'm just going to watch it. Why? Look at the beautiful women. Now it's a different conversation.
Right.
I to a point, but at the same time, who's the audience? Now they're selling to women, but guys are attracted to it, right?
Yeah, and again, that's why I was just playing devil's advocate, because I'm not siding with either one, because the reality is Victoria's Secret got to where it is for a specific reason, for a specific target audience.
Right.
For women and their men and so on. And I was just looking it up as you were talking. Victoria's Secret is net worth about $300 million, $315 million as of 2021. So they didn't just get to $300 million by all of a sudden changing the trajectory of what type of audience they're going to be helping out. It's obviously been one specific audience, a specific type of women for a specific type of men.
I mean, there's a reason why Tom Brady's wife is worth all that money.
Right.
Wasn't she a Victoria's Secret model?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
And she went off to
Giselle.
other brands, and they grabbed her and marketed her and used her because of her look, her image.
Yep.
Now, if that image changes, no pun intended, but I'm not going to be attracted to that.
Now, here's the problem.
And that's not a crime.
No.
But it is today.
But it will be now. When
Right.
somebody, he's
That's a crime. It's really interesting to me. I didn't mean to derail your
No, you
thought
didn't.
process, but it's like I'm a boob guy, right?
I am too.
But I'm demonized if I said that. But girls could say they don't like guys under 6 feet, or they don't like short guys, and that's okay. Why?
It's fucked up. It's very contradictory.
Right.
And that alone causes, I mean, we won't go into this, but that alone causes a different type of mental health issues too, because why the fuck are you going to allow women to say certain things and men can't say certain things? Women can do certain things, men can't do certain things. Like men can date down, but men can't date up. Like, what the fuck is that about?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like we're being thrown into these corners where go ahead.
I love what you just said. No, I agree, but I love what you said, the 6 feet and over. She's all 5'1" and some change. She wants a 6 foot guy.
Right.
It's like, okay, Oompa Loompa, my girl, right? She's 5 foot and some change. Get out of here with that 6 foot and over, right? It's like the mountain. That guy and his wife.
Yes.
She's like tiny.
Yeah.
She's like 4'11" or
She just looks tiny to him. He's 7'5". You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I'm with you.
It's just weird that the people that are pro, or claim to be pro equality, let's put the unhealthy looking girl in the Victoria's Secret commercial because
No, they feel bad. I feel
Right.
bad. But wait, what about us? Don't you feel bad about me?
Well, here's the challenge with that is like, the thing that makes it wrong is that they're promoting unhealthy lifestyles. Like
Right.
it would be different if it was for like under different pretenses, but to honor someone that doesn't belong, or a specific type of audience that doesn't belong in what this brand was built off of, is doing nothing but promoting that unhealthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's just not the way to go, because at the end of the day, no one can sit there and tell me, being in the fitness and the mental health sector for 15 years, they can tell me that people that are either super underweight or super overweight, that they love themselves and they love life. I mean, sure, to a certain extent, but they also know that lifestyle is not going to last them long. They're either going to die early, or they're going to have severe problems, whether it's organ problems, joint issues, back problems. There's all kinds of issues that come with that in the long run. Nobody wants to live that way if you really break it down and kind of dissect the whole thing.
And
go ahead.
Well, I was watching on Joe Rogan. He had a guy on, I forget where he was from, but he said that there is a rating now for businesses to have this social mindset. And if you don't follow these certain things, your company is in a bad place with investments and things like that. So there's now a rating. It's like QCT or something like that. And it's so like these businesses are being punished for not being, inclusive to all things.
It's crazy. I've heard you say it on Fitness Junkeez, and I've heard you say it as well. Obviously, you guys are really in the fitness world. All these celebs you see on social media, on public service announcements, do your part, get vaxxed, be part of the solution, Not one of these celebs talking about, hey, stop with the fried food, stop smoking, get healthy. No one preaching that. All these fucking celebrities that can't wait to get on a microphone just to look good, like they're down for the cause, they're trying to save the fucking world, but yet none of them talking about what's really going to help people.
How to get healthy.
It's actually mind-blowing that these,
mind-blowing.
Get the jab, but don't get healthy.
These celebs and these high-profiles, positions are not talking about that. Like, I honestly can't even understand that. I mean, yeah, you got The Rock who works out every day and he posts his workout in his Iron Paradise, but he's not talking about what to do to stay healthy, to prevent yourself from getting sick, get ill. And again, nothing. I love the dude. I was a huge fan growing up. And then, but then you got Mark Wahlberg who does promote it. He's for a 4 a.m.er like me, 4 a.m. club. He gets up, he's in the gym at 4 a.m., works out, promotes healthy lifestyle. So it's like, but he's one of very few in that celebrity spotlight that's actually promoting health, fitness, clean eating. And then you got the rest of them that's just kind of like, get vaxxed, follow the rest of the fucking world.
Yeah.
You got fucking Arnold oh man, I hate that I'm going to say this. Because I'm a huge fan and I lost a lot of respect where he's like, fuck your freedom.
Fuck your freedom.
Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh my God.
You guys didn't see that?
I didn't.
Fuck your freedom.
Google it.
Like
George,
basically,
you do a good on.
George, take note, like to remind us, we're going to put that in here when we play the episode where Generation Iron comes in and does a video interview with Schwarzenegger, and he's talking about how people are talking about, you're taking away my freedom, you're taking away this, and he starts out with, fuck your freedom.
Wow.
right?
Get vaccinated.
Paraphrase, but yeah, he said fuck your freedom, and then followed by whatever.
Yeah.
So in that case, Arnold Schwarzenegger has the Arnold Classic in bodybuilding. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them in different countries now. And one of their biggest sponsors, promoters, Redcon, pulled out. The president came on, did an interview, like, look, we love the guy, we respect him, but when a big icon comes out and basically can just openly say, fuck your freedom, he's like, we can't support that. We are pulling everything out and we will never be part of this show ever again.
I love that.
I do too.
Oh.
And that's someone that actually stands for what's fucking right, pro-freedom. Yeah. And it's just crazy to me how someone and that the thing, like, dude, you're living and you're healthy, and sure, you've had some medical issues and surgeries, but you're healthy and living because of your healthy lifestyle. Like, why aren't you talking about that as opposed to fucking telling us to get vaccinated and fuck your freedom?
Yeah. So right now, 79% of the people that die from COVID are obese.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that.
No. Instead, right now they like to lead with 95% of the people that are hospitalized right now don't have the vaccine.
And on the Joe Rogan show,
Crazy
I
talk.
posted that video that more and more people get vaccines. That vaccine can mutate, and they had that comedy club.
That's why there's 3 different series of vaccinations now. Like, what the fuck?
Right. There's the 2 and the booster. Now they're talking about a fourth. But the guy who went to the comedy club had the vaccine, and he got 12 people infected.
Right.
And Joe talked about it on his show, and some were vaccinated, some weren't. So all these people running around saying, "Oh, I'm vaccinated, I'm vaccinated." No, the more people get vaccinated, it mutates it.
Like the flu.
Like the flu, exactly. And so here's my point.
Sooner or later, we're going to have to accept the fact that this is a really bad strain of the flu.
Well, and here's the thing.
And it's not going anywhere.
Here's the thing, too.
It won't go away.
You know what's funny about that, too, is notice how they don't talk about the flu anymore.
No.
But it's like COVID came along and fucking killed the flu.
Yeah.
Like COVID
and they don't
beat
even
the
talk
flu.
about deaths
Flu's dead.
anymore because the number's not high enough for it to warrant headlines.
Well, you know what's funny? Again, we're not trying to go down the political route, but Biden goes on and says over 300 million people are vaccinated. Yeah, so the whole fucking country's 100% vaccinated.
No, he said more than the people in the U.S.
Yeah, he said more than the people in the U.S.
He said 370 million.
Right, so the whole country is vaccinated. No, dude, I don't think so. It's like they're just throwing shit out there, see what sticks, but to use the whole fucking fear-mongering aspect.
I'm going to ask Gio, do you think that after a while, people are going to go, okay, this is getting out of control? Because every time there's a strain, they're going to do masks, mandates, stay home, get a vaccine. How many vaccines are people going to end up having to take to get on a plane, to go to the Raiders? You can't go to the Raiders game now if you're not vaccinated.
It's crazy.
Well, did you hear what Sisolak decided?
No.
He's giving big venues the option to make it mandatory to have a vaccination.
And do it right there in the parking lot.
Right. Like you can get a vaccination in the parking
like
lot.
I'm gonna go
and
to
you'll
parking
be,
lot. Like I might as well go take a fucking shit and stick a needle in my arm at the same time.
Like what is that?
How unsanitary is
Drive through. Hey, can I get a Big Mac and a Vax, please? With some McFries?
And you're immediately you're not going to get sick. Like it's not automatic.
And you're going to be sick at the venue. You're going to be sweating.
Right. Like,
I don't feel so good.
Like how can a governor make that kind of statement? Like as a sane person.
crazy.
So you're telling me they have to? So you go to the Raiders game or an event, you have to have a Vax card?
Oh yeah, you didn't hear about this?
Yeah.
So
The
Allegiant Stadium,
opportunity.
you can't go into Allegiant Stadium now. Even if you bought season tickets, you cannot go in if you're not vaccinated and show proof of your vaccination.
Or I think if you could show a negative test or no.
No.
Not even that anymore? That's no good anymore.
Have to be
Wow.
vaccinated. You have to be vaccinated.
So the question is who on eBay is selling Vax cards?
Yeah, they're out there. They're out there.
Dude, it's so crazy.
At some point, do the businesses push back though? Because it's gonna hit
Dana
for
White.
sales.
It will.
Dana White did.
I
He came on.
Dana White's a legend.
Right?
Awesome.
I
I
mean-
think it will. A lot of the small businesses are. So like Andy Frisello just did a podcast and he's in St. Louis. He just did a podcast about a pub. I wish I had it. I would pull it up. A pub that's in his area just did this huge post basically saying we are requiring all our staff to be vaccinated. We require everyone that wants to come into our restaurant to be vaccinated. If you are not vaccinated, do not come here. Don't even come to sit outside. We will not serve you. You have to be vaccinated in order to show up. Now, what's going to happen is there's, your small percentage of people that are all about pro-vax, but in the long run, those businesses are going to get hit so fucking hard.
They
They're gonna
have
fall.
to.
And here's the thing too, and I'm just going to say this out loud. If you're going to enforce that onto people and take away their rights, then you fucking deserve to lose your business. You deserve to go out of business and lose all your money. Like, fuck you for being part of what the rest of the fucking government is trying to do and take away people's freedom. Like, what the fuck did everybody go to war for and fight for us?
Yeah, and I think that like a lot of people, I'm not anti-vax. I'm anti-vax towards people that don't need it.
No, I'm just
or forcing it, right?
I agree.
I'm just pro freedom.
I agree.
I'm just pro
exactly pro freedom.
I have all the other vaccines that you get when like you were little. I'm assuming we all got them.
Oh, it's
right?
nothing.
Like,
You have a kid. Our kid, like we had 7 shots. They have like 14 now.
wow.
That's why kids are having
Here's
problems.
the other thing too. So some of these vaccinations are actually pure poison for certain people with medical conditions. So for example, and I'll go back on this again. Andy was talking about this. He has 2 specific health conditions that if he takes the vaccination, it will kill him.
Wow.
So this whole thing where they're trying to take away people's freedom, there are people that literally medically cannot touch the vaccine or it'll put them under.
But they're not going to tell them that. They won't know.
No, you have to do your research. Someone that's that intelligent obviously knows better to ask his doctors, ask the right people, do his research. Like, what's going to happen if I end up having, if they force me to take this and my hands are tied behind my back? He's like, it will fucking kill me if that injection goes in me. I can't do it no matter, even if I wanted to, I can't do it.
Yeah, they're having people getting vaccinated. The hearts are swelling and all kinds of stuff.
You were saying that you're asking me when is the people going to stand up and push back?
Yeah.
They're definitely doing it all over the world.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen much going on
Well,
here. As
in
far
France.
as,
I don't want to say the name of the gym because I don't want to fuck up a good thing, but the gym that I frequent, no masks.
you can walk in.
Same
Some
here.
employees aren't even wearing masks.
But that's got to stop soon, right? Every time I go in, I'm like,
I don't know. Is it like that for you too at the other location?
yes.
Really?
here.
Me too.
Same
Wow.
At that gym
Both,
and another
both,
gym. Yeah,
both.
both
Yeah.
gyms.
I mean, that's great. So, I mean, that to me is a. I was really happy when I walked in. 'Cause the first day, I was
it's
like,
a good
wow, all
stand.
right. So
You got to
let's
wear
start.
it walking in the door, right? 'Cause
No.
Oh, this one you do. 'cause-
Oh,
I don't.
no.
yeah.
The one I'm talking about, no one's walking in wearing
check
it.
this out. So I walk because I'm not even walking into stores and grocery stores or anything with a mask on. Like I'm just not even.
Me
I'm not-
neither.
I make you tell me I have to put it on,
Yeah.
and I will put it on if you tell me.
Well, I'm not even doing that. So I walked into, and I'm going to say this Vegas discount nutrition store. Fuck you guys. I walked in there. I have spent thousands of dollars there. I have sent clients that have spent hundreds or thousands of dollars there. And I walk in there the other day, and the girl, not her fault, she says, you have to wear a mask, sir. And I'm like, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm sorry, but I'm just not following it anymore this time around. It doesn't make sense. There's proof that it doesn't work. And she's like, well, I need you to, though. And I'm like, well, is the manager here? And she calls the manager, and I'm like, do I really need to wear a mask? Because I'm about to spend a few $100s right now just to pick up a couple things. And they're like, yeah, you do. And I'm like, okay, bye. I walked out. I go on Yelp, and I Yelp immediately exactly what happened. And fucking 24 hours later, Yelp removes my comment.
Wow.
What?
And they sent me a message saying that your complaint or whatever they said. You know what? I'm actually just going to pull it up.
Yeah, let's read that.
Oh, and to add to that, I went into Walmart school shopping for my daughter. I didn't wear a mask, and my girlfriend has got more balls literally than I do. She's like, I'm not wearing no freaking mask. We walk in there, not one person the whole time we're in there and we left said anything.
Me neither. I've done the same thing. Target, Walmart, Smith's.
No one says that to me.
No
either.
one
So,
says anything.
So here it is. So it says, hello, we're reaching out to let you know that our moderators removed your review of Vegas Discount Nutrition Megastore because it is more representative of the extraordinary circumstances we're experiencing than an everyday experience at the business. We also typically remove reviews that describe individuals or situations with objectionable terms that go beyond simply reviewing a customer experience with a business. We ask that reviewers avoid commentary that reinforces negative cultural stereotypes, makes light of physical or sexual violence, or otherwise includes unnecessarily graphic or offensive descriptions. In this case, we felt that your content crossed that line, even if you didn't intend to. Please be aware that any further content you post that violates our guidelines in this manner may be subject to removal without notification.
You've been flagged.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that is a fucked up experience. Because of me and a whole bunch of my clients that I've sent in there to spend a lot of money, and they're going to give me that kind of a shitty ass experience and not let me just walk in there, grab my stuff that... Now I'm not allowed to complain.
If you walked in and you were doing this, you'd be all right, dude. The world would be a safer place if you just drank a little water.
Because COVID doesn't come out when you drink water or sit
while
at
you're
a table.
cruising through the nutrition
Or sit at a
store.
table. But they haven't, you know what else they haven't enforced?
But the dude with the fucking paper mask can come up to me, hey, if you need anything.
Right,
let me know what you can help
because
with.
before, when we had the first lockdown, I don't know if this is a lockdown, but we had a lockdown. It was 6 feet. Now they don't even enforce a 6 feet thing.
Right.
Now they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And the other thing, like you said, you're sitting in a restaurant with no mask on.
Yeah.
And it's like,
if you think a 40-cent mask is going to save your life,
and then you're on the airplane. You're on the airplane.
Seriously.
You're on the airplane, circulating the air.
Yeah.
With people like Darth Vader, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Did you hear about how, like, it was like 2 or 3 months ago, how a flight attendant got their ass beat?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
By who?
By someone that was flying. I forgot.
I want to say a woman.
I forgot what the location was.
A
But here's
woman
the thing.
attacked a woman on a plane.
It's probably because of the fucking mask thing. Because what I think, it's like one of those, like, you know, have you flown recently?
Yeah.
Have you had your mask off and you're knocked out and they come fucking put their hand on your fucking knee and wake you up, startle you?
I pull it down just to not good enough for anyone. You know,
and they'll say,
wake you up. Mm-hmm.
I got into it with a lady too.
Look, if
you got to be careful on the plane though, because you don't want to end up on that no-fly list. You know, it's like there's certain places you got to pick and choose your battles.
Air Marshal comes up, sir.
Yeah,
you're gonna be removed from the plane with your mask. So what happened?
So basically, a flight attendant got their ass kicked because they spoke to one of the passengers in a wrongful manner and addressed things not the correct and respectful way, and it just fucking snapped.
Do you know, was it a guy or was it? I saw two women. I saw it was a female flight attendant, female passenger, and the female passenger.
But like it's happened to me before because like
I've
cause I fly out very frequently, and I one time passed out, and my mask was down here, obviously, so I can breathe because especially when I'm sleeping, and they tap my knee like really hard, and it startles me like what the fuck just happened. And I'm like, you're really just waking me up to fucking slide my mask up, but yet you're gonna fucking touch me.
Yeah, they make an announcement now. Do you hear the announcement?
I don't hear that because I have music.
Right. No, they just changed it now. They say, "Welcome to blah blah blah," and if you fall asleep with your mask off, we will wake you up. It's incredible.
Yeah. Before we move off the topic of censorship, that's the scariest thing to me of this time: the censorship.
Yeah,
where doctors can't even.
Doctors are getting in trouble.
Yeah, like it's what's going on. Like it seems bigger than just stupidity at this point.
I think there's a fucking war coming, and we are getting distracted from it.
a war?
I think
Civil War or
I don't know.
Afghanistan?
I don't know. That's really just all I can really say. I don't know any more details, but I think something way bigger is happening or coming, and all this is just part of one major distraction. So they're using fear-mongering tactics and exploding it to be so huge. Like they're making this become this magnitude of like an apocalypse.
Yeah.
But something else behind the scenes is really taking place.
Yeah.
And when it comes, most people are going to be completely unprepared. Who knows what it is? I don't know what it is.
We're heading for a China type of reality.
Oh, it's scary.
Passport
Yeah.
passport things, the censorship in the media, like that's China.
Yeah, and countries like China and Russia are fucking laughing at us. Like this fucking government is fucking.
We got him. We finally got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I found the clip, the Arnold Schwarzenegger clip. You want me to play it?
Yes.
I got you. All right.
I love it. George Carmona on the decks.
On the ones and twos.
On the ones and twos.
Freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom. Because with freedom comes obligations and kind of responsibilities.
Wow.
Idiot.
What do you mean, screw your motherfucker? You became a bodybuilding legend, a fucking movie star, and a fucking governor because of your
Austria.
fucking freedom. And you're going to say, screw your freedom. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that is just so insulting. And, like, man, like, I looked, like,
And it's-
I'll say this. And
bro, I was watching Terminator, like, I want to be like that dude.
Yeah, I joined the military because of Predator.
Wow.
I don't know if that was a good idea, but the fact that this guy comes from Austria,
Yeah.
Right.
and I posted on my Facebook, the fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. His father was in the SS. A lot of people don't know that.
No,
right?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I posted that. You know, it's like, look, yeah, you came here because you wanted to get away from that and be free and be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You know, I'll pump you
And
up.
these celebrities crack me up. And I have a couple friends that did this over COVID, and I'm not going to rat them out because I don't mind that they did this. But like, even for him to say that, like his reality of the world experience is not even like all of us.
No.
You know, these are people
He's
that
past that
they
point.
can go like he doesn't lose his freedom. You could shut shit down all you want. He has the ability to call the guy that owns his favorite restaurant and go, "Hey, I want to rent it out private." No one's gonna know.
Oh, yeah.
It's already closed or whatever. Or take a penthouse suite at the Ritz and cater in food. Like these guys are able to ball out. So none of this lockdowns, masks, none of that affects their day to day.
So here's the reason why. You know why it doesn't affect him? Because the guy's worth $400 million. I just
Correct.
looked it up. So that's why like outside of this on Impactpreneurs, we're talking about building wealth, not having a toxic relationship with money, and understanding that at the end of the day, you have to become rich in order to be above a certain point where the government doesn't really affect anything that fucking takes place. And like he's worth $400 million. So anything that happens at this point doesn't affect his lifestyle whatsoever.
He doesn't need to make another movie ever or do anything.
That's why I was telling my buddy Cohen.
He gets residuals on Terminator movies now.
Yeah, for sure.
Still.
You know, I was telling my buddy, like during the last round of lockdown, and I wouldn't call this a lockdown right now, but you know, when we were locked down, I was telling my buddy, like, don't sweat it. Like the billionaires still have to exist on this planet, and they're sure some of them might buy into this bullshit, but the ones that don't worry. They'll open their own restaurants where you don't have to adhere to all this nonsense. They'll start their own fucking airlines. They'll like Dana White, trust me, will start a commercial airline if he needs to.
He just
100%.
He just came on the news and he's like, they asked him, they go, Dana, how are you gonna require a vaccine? He goes, I'll never require my athletes or anybody to have a vaccine shot. That ain't gonna fucking happen. That's what Dana said. I love that.
Yeah.
You know, he does his he marches to his own drum.
Yep.
Doesn't give a fuck. And I love that.
But the thing is, like, again, because he understands and is grateful for the freedom that he's had to get himself to a point of where he is. So
Right.
he knows, like, I need to give that back to my fucking athletes.
And the CDC's even coming out saying a lot of this stuff
It doesn't work.
isn't necessary.
It doesn't work.
I mean, the shots, the Pfizer shot, the Moderna shot, just as an announcement on that, people are dying. It's like, look, at the end of the day, it wasn't FDA approved.
I was just about to
Why
say
would you
that.
stick something in your body that attaches to your DNA? Are you out of your fucking mind? And then you're mad at me because I've already had COVID. So did Iris. 1 week, no taste, no smell. I was tired. I'm healthy.
And that's how it is for most people.
And then I stayed home, went on about my day. Then I'm better. Boom, done.
Yeah.
I got a flu shot in 1999. Worst experience ever. Lowered my immune system, caught the other strain. I was crawling to the bathroom because I couldn't stand up.
Wow.
Haven't had now, I may have had the flu since then, but I haven't had an outbreak. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I've never had a flu shot, and last time I had the
either.
flu was in 2011. I had, I guess, what we would call the 24-hour bug. I was sick with the chills, throwing up for a day, and then I was fine. And prior to that, I couldn't even tell you the last time I had the flu before that. It is what it is. Some people get sick, some people don't. Some people's got better immune system. It's like we just have to accept the world's a dangerous place. There's a lot of fucking things that can kill you. And this is one of them for a certain food group of people. I've had, and I love when people, we've probably all had this, right? If you post anything about COVID or anti-mask, oh, well, I hope, you've never had anyone die from it. No, bullshit. I do. I've had, my friend Dolores just died of it. She was an older lady. I love this lady. She worked at Dodger Stadium, been giving me tickets for 20 fucking years at Dodger Stadium. I love Dolores.
She died.
And she died a few months ago. But that doesn't change my position on how I feel about it.
Right.
And that doesn't mean I don't have empathy or compassion for people that have died. Like, that's the craziest thing to me is like, it's feast or famine with certain people in terms of, oh, if you think this, it means that. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so automatically assume that you are not experiencing what everybody else is experiencing.
Right.
That is getting affected, but no, we have. You just think we haven't because we're
or that you
against
just
it.
don't care. It's crazy.
You're a murderer.
It's crazy. There was
what? He just said it. That one statement alone is what they're thinking.
But that statement has been said.
But the
Many
scary
times.
part
I
is
see it on social media. Like, people are getting, like, if anybody makes a post, like some of the leadership that I follow, when they post about not getting the vaccine because it doesn't work, the FDA won't approve it, I see some of their comments just say, "You're a fucking murderer," and I'm like, how do you even come up with that?
the scariest thing is what you said is what some people think
A lot of people
are these technology companies that feel the same way and then cancel people out.
Yeah.
Twitter, YouTube.
It's crazy.
Instagram, Facebook. They just take you off.
Yeah.
But yet they can have the Taliban can be on there on Twitter. Sorry. They can be on there from Afghanistan promoting what they're doing.
Right.
And Twitter doesn't take them off.
Or showing Americans getting killed.
And then somebody says, Biden screwed up. He shouldn't have done this, blah, blah, blah. These people are getting killed, and they take the post off.
One of the news stations here in Vegas posted on their Instagram a week or two ago that a young guy, because they were trying to make the point, like, it's not just old people dying from COVID. 39-year-old man, I don't remember his exact age, but I think he was 39. 39-year-old man dies of COVID from the Delta variant, whatever, on his hospital bed in the hospital, he said he wished he would have got the vaccine. And I'm looking at the photo of him. I'm no lie. He weighed 400 pounds. I'm not kidding. 400 pounds. So I write, as my comment, I go, he's like 250 pounds overweight, guys. A friend of ours, I told you this story, calls me. Calls me. This is a good friend of mine. Calls me, and he says, "Hey, buddy, listen. I know you. I love you. I love you. I know the type of person you are. But a couple of my friends, saw that your comment, and they just really felt like it was really wrong. Like, would you mind taking that down? Take it down." And I'm like, "Take it down?"
They wanted you to take it down.
Yeah, they want me to take it down because they don't know me, and so they're doing the math of like, oh my God, so he's just saying like it doesn't matter because that guy deserved. Their take was thinking, my take was that guy deserved to die because he was heavy. No, that's not what that means. It doesn't mean I don't feel sorry for him. Doesn't mean I don't feel sorry for his family. Doesn't mean I don't feel sorry for his kids that this man died. All I'm saying is I'm trying to call it the news station for trying to put this fear mongering in people like, oh my God, a guy that was under 40 died from COVID, but we're just going to ignore the fact that this guy might have died from the flu, bronchitis, or just had a heart attack,
heart disease,
high blood pressure,
Like come on.
How do you rule all this stuff out? That actually is probably like maybe that's why COVID killed him because of all these factors.
Right.
Well, there's also a thing that he'll realize, or obese people should realize, is that the vaccine really isn't working on obese people. They have to take more than
Bingo.
It's like it's not working on them.
and the vaccine is not designed the shot doesn't kill the virus. I don't know if people don't know that. When you take the vaccine, it's designed to prevent serious damage to your organs and whatnot. But if you have other health conditions, like you said, obesity, heart disease,
blood pressure, and all that.
blood pressure, leukemia, whatever, diabetes, you can die. But the vaccine is there to prevent some serious damage. It doesn't kill the virus.
Yeah.
So people think, oh, I'm vaccinated, I'm not going to spread it. Yeah, you can spread it.
Right.
Yeah,
You still carry it.
I had a client. He's an attorney. He was with this law firm. He left them, but they forced him, and he was making like $250,000, $300,000. So he went with it. They forced him to get the vaccine. Gets the vaccine. I kid you not. Not even 48 hours later, he's like, "Dude, I got fucking COVID. I came up positive." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, Didn't you get tested before that?" He's like, "Yeah, I did. I was negative." I'm like, "So you got the vaccine, and not even 2 days later, you're positive." And he was out for like a week and a half.
Wow. Let me ask you this. This goes back to what we were talking about before we started the show today. Is there a direct correlation between the people that are like, wear your mask, get the vaccine, the ones that want the
cancel culture.
the cancel culture crowd? They want to see the plus size model representing Victoria's Secret. Shame on Victoria's Secret for not putting on, a larger female on their catalog. Is this all a result of participation trophies over the years? Is this the culture that participation trophies breeds?
It's the same food group.
I feel
for
it's
sure.
like I want to say it, but underachievers, people that are jealous instead of like, hey, Sean might be doing better in this area. I'm happy for his success. Your success. Versus I'm jealous and pissed off, and now I don't like you, and I'm going to try to do damage to your lifestyle.
Right.
And cancel you out. I honestly believe that.
Yeah.
Because I look at the people that are doing this, and it's like, you're out protesting. Do you got a job? There's people hiring. You're out there. You with me? I see them 24 hours a day. All they do is sit around. I'm like, oh, that's right. You get the government unenjoyment check and the COVID check, and you won't go to work.
Yeah.
Because you're making more than you did at your job. And so now you sit at home and protest all day long.
Yeah.
You're unhappy about life.
Yeah.
Woe was me. I deserve a handout because you got one. I didn't get a handout. None of us did.
Right.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a participation trophy. And then when they got out of school, they're like, okay, where's my participation check?
Yeah.
Wait, you can't make $1 million a year. It needs to be equal across. That's a whole nother topic.
Even it's funny you said even like the WNBA, even the female basketball players. We want to be paid the same as the men. The men aren't paid the same as the men, right?
Well, and
LeBron gets more than the
Yeah.
14th guy on the bench.
Exactly.
But it's because there's more attendees at male basketball games.
Right.
There's more revenue,
Yep.
so it balances out. And then it's like, whoa, I'm not making as much money. It's like baseball players. Why do they make more than football players? Because there's fucking a bazillion baseball
Yeah,
games.
it's 162 games.
And
That's
I don't
why.
even watch baseball, and I figured that out.
Right.
He's making $400 million to swing a bat.
Yeah.
And then the football. I
didn't know that.
No.
Yeah.
These guys are making 200, 300, 400. There's some guys making 300.
Mike Trout, 400. Bryce
400
Harper,
million?
300
I had
million.
no
It's
idea.
over 10 years. Over 10
years.
10-year
But
deals.
here's the point.
Bro,
Guaranteed.
A $40
Guaranteed in
million a year
baseball.
contract for 10 years.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
the thing. And then you got a football player who's smashing his brain in. They're just killing each other. They may make $4 million. And then they're like, why are they? Because there's only
The lowest
16 games.
The lowest paid NFL player makes $300,000 or $400,000 a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why if you have kids, play baseball.
Play baseball, kids. 100% play baseball.
I knew that
We're
then.
friends with Cole Hamels. He was a World Series MVP in 2008. And this is not a knock on Cole Hamels. I love Cole Hamels. But last year he signed an $18 million one-year deal with the Atlanta Braves. He got hurt. He's older now. He's 37. He hurt his shoulder. He pitched 3 innings. But the baseball contract, you still get the whole $18 million. This year, the Dodgers just signed him to a one-year deal just a month ago, to a one-year deal because they wanted to beef up the pitching staff for the playoffs and postseason. So Cole's supposed to go down in the mine. 1 year, $1 million guaranteed plus incentives. I think he can make up to like $3 million or something, but $1 million guaranteed for this year. He hurts his shoulder like the first game. I'm not laughing at him, but he hurts his shoulder first game, and he's out now, shut down for the whole season. So this guy's made $19 million in the last 2 years to throw 3.2 innings. That's why you play baseball, folks.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. That is funny.
I was just gonna. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
But you talked earlier about leadership from billionaires.
Yeah.
And we talked earlier about leadership in this country, the lack of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the shit that comes out of LeBron James's mouth is fucking ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
What do you guys think about leadership in this country?
It's not what it used to
It's
be.
non-existent.
It's not what it is.
Yeah.
The leadership that's going on in this country right now is not what built this country.
it's a puppet.
Yeah.
It's all being told by a certain group of people that you're going to do this, and we're not going to support your agendas.
That's why,
Or
like,
agendas.
an episode the last episode that Daverick and I did that we're going to be launching here soon, it's talking about how men are just becoming super soft and beta, and then they're just kind of following the narrative, and they think that they're being leaders and setting an example when really they're actually setting everybody up to fail.
Yeah.
They're setting everybody up to not look at a brighter future, that this is how the life is going to be. But it's like, no, if enough people stand up and fight and stand for what this country was built off of and established off of, then we can, if we wanted to, we can overthrow the government. Like, really,
Yeah.
if we wanted to. Because like there's actually, now that I just said that, there's a meme, and I'm sure you've all seen this, but it's
We're
getting,
gonna ban this video.
it's getting
We're fucked.
I know, right?
We're so fucked.
It's getting, it's been used for many different things, but it just went out. I just saw it like the other day. You guys seen it where there's a shark and then you got like 1,000 fish that come together into like a Pac-Man type fish, and they
I
go
saw
and
that.
fucking
I know.
eat the
I didn't
shark.
see that.
So it's basically, and that's basically like our government. If enough
Yeah.
people stand up and attack and say,
Yeah.
no, you're not going to take away our freedom, they're going to end up having to fold.
Yeah, no, and that's why we still have guns in America,
Yeah.
right? And to answer your question, do you think Putin? Do you think I don't remember the Chinese president's name?
I can't help
Xiao
you.
Ming.
Yeah.
Can I help me?
Kung Pao chicken?
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Geo just got canceled.
Yeah, for
Your
sure.
video's been pulled down, dude. Geo. And
Although you're black, so you might be able to get away with that because there still is that unwritten
play the
rule,
black
right?
card.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then North Korea. Do you think they're actually scared of Biden? They're like, this guy's a clown.
No.
So you know what they're
No.
going to do? China's working in the back door, right?
They're going to
Let us
promote
in,
Biden.
Lower the mandates on the trade. And Putin's like, dude, go fuck yourself. You're a joke. I ain't scared of you.
Yeah.
See, and I know we shouldn't get into politics, but whatever. But Trump, keep your enemies closer. You know, the art of war. I've read the
Sun
book.
Tzu.
Read the book.
Can't believe I knew that.
Yeah, but he, you know, we didn't agree with Russia, but he was in talks. North Korea, but we were
Same
in
thing.
talks. But at least it was peaceful to a point where, like, hey, we're talking. I don't like you. You don't like me. But let's just talk.
Right.
And then there was a great economy, great stock market, jobs. Now look at it.
Gas was cheap. That's all I know. Man.
Dude.
$72
And
to
I
fill
drove
up my
30
car
minutes
the
to
other
get to
day.
this motherfucker.
$72.
30 minutes.
$72 to fill up the whip. That hurts.
Dude.
But
I know that feeling. The Bentley's $100, $100 to fill the damn
And,
tank up.
and you're probably like me. It's twice a week, right? Do you have to fill up twice a week? I can't get a full week.
Well, I do because 2 cars. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
that's
it's
cheating.
twice a
Yeah,
week,
you're
but twice-
cheating.
No, still,
Yeah.
I still have to fill up both cars
Right.
once
Right.
a week, and that's every 3.5 days.
Right.
I got to fill up.
Yep.
Fill
I'm
up the
twice
car.
a week, and I'm way out
Yeah.
north. So
It's brutal.
But so if we're lacking leadership, and especially, and I can't even believe I'm saying that I'm more on the right
I know. Who are
than
you?
ever. Like
Yeah.
I grew up a liberal.
Right.
So did I.
I'm from California. I'm
Yeah.
from LA. It's
Right.
like, and I keep feel like I'm being pushed to the right. At least the standards, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
freedom.
Well, you
carrying
keep seeing the
arms.
goalpost move
and I don't
for
even
the last 18
but
months.
who's our leader? I mean, I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it can't be Trump. Trump, I don't think, is the answer, but there should be someone that's talking about this, like your boy.
Well,
Dana?
The
Yeah.
thing is like the thing is like even
Dana White for president.
Look, both sides,
Dana
both
and Rock.
sides don't like either one. But if you had to pick one is obviously more competent in leading
well,
our country.
One can talk and one can't.
Than the other.
Yeah.
One knew about if shit falls apart, what are the other countries going to do?
He ran it as a business. You got to run the United States as a corporation. He's ran businesses, fail or successful. He knows how to operate around that and work with people. My feelings are hurt. Fuck your feelings, right? Like, that's what I tell people. It's like, look, you didn't like him because he offended you, but he did a good job. So don't say I'm not gonna. That's why I tell people, you didn't vote for him because you didn't like him.
Right.
But how do you like what you got now?
He's an 80-year-old white man that's a fucking thug crook. He's not our leader. I mean, that's where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got these young guys. The Dana Whites that have say these things.
They don't want the headache. They don't want
of course they don't want the headache. But like, what are we going to do?
And that's the part that sucks is that we don't have someone that's competent and really is there to serve everybody. That could truly lead our country and actually do right by it across the board.
Right, and if you have $1 billion, you can't be bought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm going to say this message, help us, Dana White. You're our only hope.
Right?
Like, literally, like somebody that's that successful that, okay, he's part of a corporation that's UFC's
it's owned by a hedge fund.
By
WME.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. There's actually three or four companies.
It's a
hedge fund, right? They're hedge funds?
Well, WME is the big talent agency.
Zumi or something like that?
And then there's a group out of China, I want to say a Chinese-based company that's a big investor, and then Black.
I thought it was somebody else, but
I don't know.
anyways, at the end of the day, once he's done, a Dana White or somebody like that that's done,
right?
Like, okay, I made my money. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I got to clean this. Help out.
But is it worth it? But the problem is, I don't think we don't make it worth it for them.
Because here's the thing: the president only gets like a $200,000-$300,000 salary.
But he donated his income anyways. Trump did at the time, right?
Yeah, but I don't even mean the money. Well, I just mean the headache. Is it worth the headache?
Well,
vetting,
you got a good point because
media,
by the time you get the ball rolling, it's 4 years is up. Like you know,
right?
What can you accomplish in 4 years? He did a lot.
That's why you got to run a second term.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
so you can pick up where you left off
and win, but
and not get shit on, right?
Yeah.
It's really saddening that it's like you talked about war. It's like a million years I would say I would not be on the right if we went into civil war, but fuck that.
Yeah.
I want my gun.
Yeah.
And I want my rights.
Well, but I
want my freedom.
The bigger problem, I don't even think the problem is actually Trump, and I don't even think the problem is Biden, even though I think Biden is a disaster. The problem is the media.
Yes.
The media is really the problem.
How's the media not getting canceled?
Right. The CNN's lost. They're almost out of business now.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have all they did. All they did.
They've actually been going in on Biden now.
Yeah, because all they had to do was bitch at Trump for the whole 4 years. And now they're like, what are we complaining about? COVID.
They were hoping he was going to keep tweeting, and he stopped tweeting.
Well, he got canceled. He's not on Twitter.
He's not on Twitter anymore. He's gone. I thought he came back. He's gone.
I think he's off.
He's still fighting it, from what I understand.
Oh wow.
He's got his own platform now.
That's why we don't see tweets from him anymore. Because that was look, I know a lot of people hated it. Like every time Trump made like some kind of stupid tweet, people would sit there and talk shit about him, like what an idiot. And the reality is like he did it to stay engaged.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just for pure engagement.
He's
dumbass. Like give me a break. Like,
I'll go back to mean tweets for $2.89 a gallon all day long. Load it up.
So to go back to what you were saying. It's, I know we label ourselves conservatives, Democrat, liberal, whatever. More like I'd say what's transitioned with you is more like a libertarian mindset, which is look. I like the conservative aspects of capitalism. Have my own gun. I'm pro marijuana, which is not conservative, libertarian. Kind of like the guy who's the podcaster that moved to Nashville.
Joe Rogan.
No,
to Nashville.
Yeah, what's his name? The Jewish guy.
Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, Ben Shapiro. He said, I'm libertarian. So I try not to use labels. I'm a conservative. No, I'm just a guy that wants our core values held in place. Right? So as you were saying, I was raised liberal, right?
Right.
And Democrat. But then I owned a business. I'm like, what the right? And then as soon as the other guys came in, it's like, oh, more tax deductions.
Yeah.
Because America's tax laws were written for free enterprise, for business owners. The original founders wrote the tax laws for business owners because they can't. Everybody owned a business. And then the Industrial Revolution took off and they needed employees. Well, they haven't changed that value, right? So I'm with you. I'm the same way, right? But, there's might be one or two things, but at the same time, don't take my freedom away.
Yeah.
Don't take my freaking gun.
It's pretty basic, right? It's like, just be nice to people.
Let 'em
don't hurt
smoke weed.
anybody.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Stay out of people's way.
Stay out of my bedroom and my wallet.
Yeah.
I think, and just to kind of take it back to where you said where leadership's going, I think a big part of why leadership is just failing right now is because they want to fit everybody else's narrative. They want to be liked by everybody. And that's where leadership falls short, because then you're not being a leader, because the whole purpose of being a leader and being in that position and setting a certain standard is knowing and willing and willfully creating a certain spectrum where people are not going to like you,
right?
That people are going to hate you, and that's just part of leadership, because most people are not going to agree when you're going against people's conveniences.
Right.
And you got to make decisions that you feel are right for the majority, and that's a problem because the country's divided 50-50, right?
Yeah.
To a point, right? But I agree with you 100%, Sean. In leadership, you're not going to have a lot of friends.
Yeah. It's basically, I think you said this on your Instagram a few weeks ago about training. You were like, if you don't hate your trainer at some point during the workout, you have the wrong trainer or something like that. Did you say something like that? Or so,
I think one of my clients said it. And
okay. One of your clients said it. Yeah.
That answers why my girlfriend hates me.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. Actually, you know what? Since we just said that, this just got posted today. One of my clients posted it, and then I reposted it. So she posts, your coach isn't there to tell you what you want to hear. Your coach is there to tell you what you need to hear. If everything you had been doing was effective, you wouldn't need a coach. Understand their value isn't being a yes man. It's to challenge you to be great. And then I reposted.
Leadership.
Right. And then I reposted. It's wild how this even needs to be said. You want a coach that will go against your convenience, that won't tell you what you want to hear versus needing to hear. Who'll give you a different perspective that's beneficial in the long run. So, and that's what is that?
This is Trump's new platform.
Oh.
Because he got kicked off Twitter.
What's it called?
Get TR.
Get her?
Get her.
Get her.
It's basically like get Trump.
Get her done.
Get her done. I know him.
Yeah, right?
No, Larry the Cable Guy says get her done. I know him. Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy for president, right?
Yeah.
But that's what's happening. Everyone, all these wannabe leaders are falling to external validations.
Yeah.
And they want to be confirmed. So they're going to do what everybody else wants.
Right.
Because then they're going to confirm and validate, like, yes, please keep doing what you're doing. We're with you. And it's like, no, dude, that's not the fucking benefit of the country in the long run. That's not the benefit of our town, our cities in the long run. The governors are, just willfully fucking people in every possible way. And the thing is, like, what happens if if half the small businesses in your city are gone?
You're fucked.
You're fucked. Now then in the long run, you end up looking like the fucking piece of shit governor because you commanded these mandates. All these businesses go out. Now what happens? Who are you going to lead?
Yeah.
Well, they're having problems now, just not with the whole COVID. They can't hire people.
Yeah.
Because people are getting that check, right? So these $15 an hour jobs, man, everywhere we go. You go to the teriyaki places, you go to the hamburger joint, everywhere you go in Vegas, you see the sign, help wanted, help wanted.
Everywhere.
And what are they doing? They're like, now, if I was them, I can't blame them.
Dude, in
I'm
Dallas,
making more money than going to work. Why would I go to work?
Listen, in Dallas, right at one of the restaurants right by the hotel I generally stay at, they have a big fat sign on the ground that says hiring $500 startup or something like that. I forget what it says. Like
hiring bonus.
Hiring bonus. Thank you. So I join. You hire me on $500 right out the gate in my pocket.
And
it's not a lot, but it's like
you got to stay there 30 days to keep it.
They're having a hard time finding good quality work.
Yeah.
Well, because the stimulus checks.
It's going to stop though in September.
Yeah,
at least here. I don't know nationally.
Yeah, everything stops in September. The renter moratorium, the housing.
And that's going to be interesting to see what happens.
That's why they said,
right?
don't September. Yeah. No, you're right, Sean. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, man. Remember trying to get a job
It was hard.
It was hard.
tough. It was like a big deal, right?
Right? And then every time your friend goes, hey, pick me up. Hey, do you got any gas money?
Yep.
And now if somebody had gas changed in their couch, it wouldn't get you down the street with a gas money.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in September, but I think you need to hang on.
So what about the big picture, like the new world order? Do you feel like this is like fucking surreal time? Like the things, the censorship, the crazy cancel culture, the commercials that are like making it okay to be transgender. Not that it's not okay, but like promoting that. Like, what's going on? Is there like a force that's trying to?
Yes.
I used to think our good buddy DJ London Thomas back in 05.
I know.
Back in 2005, we have a friend who's a DJ. In 05, he used to say to us, slowly, little by little, they're going to start taking away your freedom with freedom of speech. It's going to be called hate speech. Comedians are going to make jokes. They're going to call it hate speech. And I'd be like, dude, no way. That's always the rule. Comedians can say anything. It's like the unwritten rule. He's like, nope, they're going to be pushing transgender. You'll see. He told me all this stuff. He told me New World Order and all this stuff. And I thought, this poor guy is nuts. I used to think this guy was crazy. He even told me, like, little by little, like, he's like, all those shops you see on Melrose in L.A., they're all going to be gone. All those little stores, those mom and pop stores, they're all going to be gone. You don't even know what's coming, blah, blah, blah. Police, or, you know.
How did he see this?
Studied and read shit.
He's
Followed.
one of the smartest people I know. He's very well read. You know, he used to listen to Alex Jones a lot. Who I know is like a huge conspiracy theorist over the years, and he's just very well read. Like he could tell you about world history, name a country, and he'll tell you everything. It's unbelievable, this kid. And he didn't go to college. I want to say, I don't know if he graduated high school or not. I don't even know. But he lost his dad at a young age. He was like 14. Lost his dad in a really awful thing. His dad got murdered, basically. But super smart guy, and I thought, this guy is nuts. And little by little,
shit's happening,
almost everything
dude.
he has predicted or told me was going to happen has happened. It's so
Like he had premonitions on it.
Reagan said that too. He said it.
Yeah, he did.
The war will be against the Democrats from within.
Yeah.
like the country will be at war with itself.
Did he predict a time frame?
No, he said one day it'll happen. He said the threat isn't going to be external, it'll be internal from the liberal-minded Democrats.
I don't know how it changes though. Like, how do we get like
the problem is all the tech companies, Google, Facebook, they're all super left to the point where they're socialists. They will cancel you out because it's their company.
And they control it.
They control it.
right?
You know, they don't care what the government says. They're like, screw it. What are you going to do? Until, like, remember when MySpace came out and then there was Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if MySpace says, oh, if you don't do this, I'm going to cancel you. Like, you don't give a shit. Twitter, okay, cancel me out.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, you're like, oh, shit. Because right now, Instagram, major companies don't even have websites. They have an Instagram page.
Right.
Everything's off of Instagram,
Right.
right? So I think what's happening is it's going to take, depending on after this term, what happens, but irregardless, this culture right here, the only reason the cancel culture exists to survive and all these mandates and move in that direction is because of Google, all these major tech companies that think one way. And I don't understand how they benefit from it. I don't know why they do that. What's the value? Why are you doing that? Who's going to cancel you out? You know, you can say, oh, I'm against Amazon. Well, you're not going to get shit if you're against Amazon.
Yeah.
If Bezos says jump and you don't jump, you die.
Right.
Because, you know, now you got to drive to Walmart.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that.
All I know is I was told after the election, when Biden wins, after the election, we were going back to normal, and I want my money back because we didn't go back to normal. So I would like a refund.
Refund.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why there's a lot of people that are fighting to impeach his ass right now too. That are like really going hard at it, like because he's just
They have their own set of laws, right? He and everybody else has broken so many laws that if it was a Republican, they'd be in jail.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
Or what about
sure.
Cuomo? How crazy is that? This guy, he got asked to resign for sexual misconduct or harassment.
No prison time. Like what the fuck?
It was 8 minutes on the news and it's gone.
Well, that's not the biggest thing with him. He fucking killed all those old people.
Well,
in New
right,
York.
but yeah, they don't
the
want to
nursing home.
acknowledge that. Yeah.
Wait, what?
By sending everybody
Cuomo.
back in the nursing homes in New York
During
when COVID first started.
started. You didn't hear that?
He wouldn't let the old people from the nursing homes go to the hospital. He sent them back to the nursing home, which is where they all just. That's why the
their families
death
couldn't
numbers in New York are so blown out of whack compared to anywhere else because all these retirement homes
Senior living.
just infected each other because he wouldn't let them get out.
And the families couldn't visit
Yeah.
the people in the nursing home.
Terrible.
It was the workers that carried the
fucking-
virus out.
Yeah.
Worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And he is just like,
Yeah.
Got my money, got payday,
It's crazy.
collect $200, pass go, do not go to jail.
And you know who's taking his place?
A nut job.
Isn't it Pelosi's sister-in-law?
it's some chick.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Harris I thought you who's taking Cuomo's place, you mean. I thought you were talking I thought we were moving into
Kamala?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't know who's taking his place.
That's
I don't-
Pelosi's sister-in-law is the one that's slated for that.
I really, I got to be honest. I never gave a shit, and I still don't really, about politics. I've watched more news since COVID. In the last 18 months, I've seen more news in my whole life. I'm not kidding.
agree.
I've never registered to vote. I've never voted. Don't give a shit. I just don't do politics. I always came from the school of like, dude, it doesn't matter. And I've always said, and I still maintain, if you turned off the news, other than your taxes, I dare you to tell me who the president is and how it's affecting your day-to-day life. It really doesn't. I don't care who's in. If you didn't watch the news and you didn't get stirred up from it, other than when it came time for tax time, when you're like, oh, fuck, that's the only time there's a difference where you would really feel it. You don't really, it doesn't affect your day-to-day. You might think it does because you watch the news.
Well, the economy a little bit.
Well, that's what I mean. When I say taxes, I just mean the economy.
yeah.
You know, but other than that,
yeah, you're right.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't affect your life. It doesn't dictate what you're going to do today or tomorrow. Only thing you're going to do is cause yourself a whole lot of headache, heartache, stress.
Any way you want to slice it.
And want to be depression.
Right.
And I hate saying it like that, but I think people have, and I'm almost kind of going off a tangent, but I think people have taken the idea of what depression is, and because they're sad or upset because something's happening, they're all of a sudden like labeling themselves like super depressed. Like, no, you're not. You just listen to a bunch of stupid bullshit that's coming into your brain, and what you're consuming is what you're becoming.
Right.
That doesn't mean you're depressed. It just means you're taking a lot of bullshit and you're literally internalizing to become who you are.
That's the participation crowd.
Did we answer your question?
I don't even remember the question.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think he was talking about where are we going, where,
where are we going?
Where's the country going? You know, shit in a handbasket.
I think part of it is still kind of like
I
unknown.
said world order.
So let me ask you this. We've got some friends that are, I don't want to label them as conspiracy guys, but let's just call them conspiracy guys. And I don't even mean that in a bad way.
Sure.
They want to move. One lives in California, one lives here, and they want to move.
Twin Islands?
To a different state, either Idaho
Texas.
or maybe Tennessee or whatever.
Out of Vegas or?
One wants to leave Vegas, one wants to leave California. And I understand leaving California. I don't understand leaving
I got the
Vegas.
answers. I got their answers.
But let me ask you this. Is my thing to them is, because they're afraid of what might happen,
Sure.
right? I don't understand why you'd want to live like that, though. I would rather live off of adapt to whatever happens, but I'm not going to uproot my life in anticipation of something that I think might happen, whether that's a civil war or the world goes to shit.
Well,
I'm curious to see what do you guys think about
here's
that?
the thing, because on what you just said, because as soon as you said that, guess what immediate thought went to my mind? Where would I move?
Dallas.
Boom. Right.
Texas?
Right at the gate. And I'm actually already in the process of creating that where I'm going to be half and half here as we speak, because Dallas will be, if every state does end up folding to all this nonsense that goes on, Texas will be the last state that does. Texas is 100% pro-freedom. It's 100% about its people. It's 100% about living your life, making good money, having a family.
And Florida.
And Texas is going to be the one that leads the way with this, and it might be, and that's why, like, for so many years, Texas has tried to separate itself from not being part of the states, is because the belief system is completely different,
Except for Austin.
And
Austin is still very liberal.
Austin, San Francisco, Seattle, LA all day long.
Really?
Yeah.
and
I do it for a living.
yeah. So outside of that,
Oh, right.
outside of that, they're all about the old school, original, traditional morals, values, codes, honor. Our vets, what our country fought for. That's all what Texas stands for. That's all they represent. So, like, to answer that question, in terms of right now, yes, I would. If shit was about to happen right now, like, that is the first place I'd bounce.
But you'd wait for it to happen, right? Like,
well, technically, I'm not waiting. I'm already half and half.
He's an early adapter.
Okay,
So you're saying an early adapter.
Yeah.
Versus, okay, so
it's interesting to me. Like,
I'm more,
I can't imagine.
Let me rephrase. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
I am 100% prepared. That's why I'm half and half.
Yeah.
So I am prepared that as soon as it happens, it's not going to be some significant thing that I got to do. It's just pack my stuff, move, and everything's already.
You're set up.
Everything's already playing.
I get it.
So I didn't like Seattle, and I'm born and raised there. So I always wanted to leave. It was just the timing.
Yeah.
But I left because of XYZ reasons. Taxes, the lifestyle, cost of living, the mindset,
The rain.
cancel culture,
Was the
rain.
rain a factor? Is that really true, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
But it's the 21st state for rainfall accumulation. It rained more in LA than it did in Seattle, but all year long it's doom and gloom.
feels
mist.
gloomy.
It's mist and
Got it.
raining, but it's not like when we have that monsoon here. And
Right.
like, oh my gosh,
Right.
for 20 minutes.
We go hard here.
Yeah, we go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll take that. I'll take that over year round.
Right. And
Right.
so in 20 minutes, it probably equates to 2.5 months there.
Got it.
Sometimes. But yeah.
Okay.
So like Sean, I couldn't leave because I was tied to that city for a reason. Once I was free, I was gone. I mean, there was tire tracks out of my driveway. Literally, I just gave stuff away. I couldn't wait to get out of there. Now my overhead dropped $1,500 a month. I lowered my cost of living, overall business, everything. So like Sean's prepared. I'm already looking at a backup plan. Not that I need to.
Yeah.
I like it here, but it's like, okay, because of what I do in the tech space, I see more and more people moving to cities for the lifestyle, cost of living, and politics or whatever.
Yeah.
They're leaving because everybody's remote.
Right.
Everybody's remote except the Fortune 50 companies, Google, Facebook. They're, hey, we want to bring you in the office in September.
Right.
Nope, we're moving it to January. And every high end, I'm talking guys that work for Elon Musk, writing code. I said, why are you looking? They're like, well, I'm taking notes for my client because they want to bring me back in the office. And so the startups in the tech space, they're all remote. They don't have to pay $50,000 a month. They have a little office like this, or, fairly decent sized office, and that's their postage mail.
Yep.
The execs come in every
Is
now
that
and then.
one good thing that's come out of this?
Yes.
Is that working remote
Yes.
is now an absolute viable
Yes. So
plan?
So I know where I'm going. I have two locations, Dallas or Florida.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean,
It's better to be prepared, not just kind of wait and see what happens. I'd rather be prepared because then my lifestyle doesn't take a hit. And when I say my lifestyle, I mean like being able to just live the way I want. I mean like just nothing with my business, my people, like everything that I do isn't affected. It's just transitioning from one state to another, but everything still plays the exact way it is. Except I just get more aggressive.
So this conversation has been really exciting, but it's also very depressing. It sounds like the only solution that this table has is to move to another fucking state. What's going on? What are we going to do? What are these men in this room going to do?
Dana White will say Vegas, so I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going. I'm not fine here. I'm not moving.
I'm not going.
Give us some hope.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well, no. I think we're fine here. I mean, even if the governor says one thing, you got the gaming commission. This is a gaming and entertainment and construction city.
No, it's like what have I been saying this whole time? I'm not going. Look, what I said about Dallas, that's not the reason why I'm doing it. There's just a lot of business in Dallas to be done, but it's just more by default. It puts me in a position of preparation. But no, I'm not going anywhere because
and you'll make $100 million more.
Correct. But here's the thing with here. I've been saying this to people that have been asking me. If it really comes down to it, there's no way the casinos are going to let this happen.
Yeah, we're fine.
Agree.
There's no way.
I agree with that.
The mobs will come in and be like,
Sooner or
nope.
later.
The mobs will take over and be like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Not going to let it happen.
Well, the corporation, whoever.
Yeah.
Because the gaming commission is going to run this guy out of town.
Right.
There's no way.
Yeah.
No.
Because they're losing billions of dollars in
Yeah.
revenue. Right?
Yeah, they're not and here's the thing too, because they're talking about how domestic travel is soon going to become mandated vaccine too. There's just no way.
Would you take it if it came down to that? I feel like I gave in, to be honest.
I don't know.
I think so. I have to be able to get on a plane.
Yeah,
what would you do?
Yeah, that's a hard one because
Well, you can fly private. I'm not there yet, Sean.
No. I know. The private airlines I found.
Oh,
we'll talk about that offline because I don't want everybody to get on the airlines and the rates go up.
Here's the best plan I have. Are we almost at? Are we wrapping?
Yeah, we're wrapping
okay.
up.
Here's the best plan I have. It's up to me and you, Dav. We need to come 1 and 2 in the WSOP main event.
There you go.
We can just ball out and do whatever we want.
Playing in the.
And I'm okay. I'll take second. You go. You go.
Well,
Hey, don't leave me out. I'll play too.
fuck your feelings. I'm all in.
I think
I'm playing in that too. I'm gonna play.
Me too.
Yeah, I think honestly, like I don't think the gaming, I don't think the mobs, I don't think the casinos will allow it to happen. No matter what, at the end of the day, once it really comes down to it, I just don't see the casinos doing it. They lost too much money.
That's why they're not. That's why they're not doing the 6 feet thing here.
Yeah.
They can't.
They'll tell you to wear
the mask thing.
but
You know what?
But
I've walked into Cosmo several times and they don't say anything to me, even though everyone else is. But
Well, you're scary.
yeah, no one's
Because security knows it's going to take 10 of them to take it.
Right.
Me?
like,
We'll just send the girl over for him.
Yeah.
So every security guy just goes, someone else will tell him.
And with me and you, they're like, just send the sexy waitress over to John. He'll fold. Okay.
That's so
Anyways.
This was fun.
it was
Yeah,
fun.
we gotta
and
do another
exciting.
one.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, man, thank
Action
you.
and Fitness Junkeez, thanks for coming. This was an awesome and
Yeah,
really fun
good
episode.
time.
I hope the rest of the audience that sees this, I hope you guys get value out of it. I hope you had a good time watching this. There's a lot of fun and shit talk going on in here, but I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of value to just soak in and kind of have a better understanding of what's happening in our world and what we need to do as individuals in the community to step up, rise up, be leaders, not look for external validations, and remember what this country was built off of and stand for our codes and honors and moral values versus what the rest of the motherfuckers are telling us to do.
Right on.
So share, subscribe.
Yeah. Hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button because nobody's getting the updates and notification. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and make sure you check out Action Junkeez and Fitness Junkeez.
Correct.
Sold.
Thanks again for being on the show, fellas.
Thank you, man.
great.